Good morning, distinguished teachers. I'm so happy to have you today here and, making time to attend this session, which is about training workshop for participants in the Distinguished Teacher Award for 2025. So happy to have you here. Again, thank you and wish you an enjoyable, fruitful session that you will benefit for preparing your excellence documents. Shall we start? Let's do. So first of all, we're going to, as you know, the session is going to be about 2 hours. We'll try to, squeeze the most important points that you are in need of preparing your excellence document. The session is going to be, as I mentioned, 2 hours. We'll start with the definition of the award, then participation conditions, preparing the excellence document, rewards and incentives, general guidelines, the applicant's journey, then access of assessment of the Distinguished Teacher Award, which are 4 axes. We'll go in detail in each axis. Then, of course, we'll give you time for more discussion and inquiries. That would be at the end of the session because we do not want to interrupt, your focus on the session. And at the end, we'd appreciate your time and effort in filling the assessment form of registration and attendance. Now, keen on continuous support and encourage of the best educational practices, Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum Foundation for Distinguished Academic Performance has sought to develop and reshape the Distinguished Teacher Award in a new look that is aligned with the new developments in the field of education. As we know that education is like a plant that every day is growing and growing, and we'd like to, as Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum Foundation, to harness the growth of the education. When we say Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum Award, what do we mean by award? Well, the award is an award presented to a teacher whose performance exceeds the level of basic specialized professional competencies and achieves a high level of unique and impressive competencies. That's why they are called distinguished teachers. Of course, there are very important conditions of application for the award. And as an applicant, when I come to apply for this award, I have to make sure that I have these conditions, or I do have these conditions to apply for this award. It's, let's say, a complete package. First thing, it's very important to know that the teacher shall be on the job and actually teaches at any governmental or private school. It's very important also that the teacher for the award or the applicant who wants to apply for the award must achieve an excellent grade in the annual performance assessment for any of the 3 years required for the nomination, provided that the average is not less than very good or meets the expectations for the other 2 years. And of course, you have to, as an applicant, to, excuse me, represent only one school. Then the teacher working for a private school shall provide the foundation approved letters that are issued by the school administration certifying that this teacher is a full-time teacher. In addition to the previous conditions, the applicant shall attach a recent video clip of a complete 45-minute class stating the time, excuse me, it's on silent, but I don't know, sorry. The applicant shall attach a recent video clip of a complete 45-minute class stating the time and date at the beginning of the class. Here, I'd like to, add a point which is very important. When you submit a model of your or a sample of your daily plan, kindly let it be related to the video clip that you are presenting. The video clip of your classroom matches with the daily plan. The teaching experience of the applicant shall not be less than 3 years. Also, in addition to that, the applicant must attend the introductory workshop, which is the one we are conducting now. And the applicant must attach recommendation letters from the headmaster and co-teacher. There are 2 additional conditions that apply only for the GCC countries. The teacher must be a citizen from the applying country, and the teacher must have been awarded one of the Excellence Awards in the category of teacher at the level of the region or the ministry, or holds a certificate issued by the Ministry of Education stating that he is excellent and eligible to apply for the award. Now, when we, as you heard, I repeated a lot by saying excellence document, excellence document. But what do we mean by excellence document? Well, excellence document is a digital descriptive document whereby the candidate explains the aspects of his performance excellence through the 4 axes of excellence in a sequential and coherent manner, provided that the candidate shall provide supporting, selective, strong, and convincing proofs and evidences. These points are very important to convey your message to the arbitration committee, to the foundation, to the award committee, that your document is, expressing your excellency. Preparing the excellence document. Now, there are some specifications and controls while preparing your excellence document. Please focus on these points because they are very important during your preparation. These specifications and controls are, as you can see, 5. The first thing, which is the most important thing, that when you write your document shall be written in a sound and expressive words. It's, like you're presenting or writing a book. Make sure that your messages are conveyed to the reader. Your words are clear, that the reader will understand what you mean. And of course, we don't want to be, as I said, as an example, a book. We don't want it to be a book, too many words, too many, thoughts and ideas, because the system cannot accept a large document. Therefore, your words should not exceed 4,400 words. It's the system. If it's less, that's great, but exceeding 4,400 words, the system is not going to accept your document. Unfortunately, it's going to be rejected. It's very important also your ideas and information to be in a sequence and coherent way, and also contains links and proofs with evidences. And please make sure that the links that you are providing are interactive and flexible, and I mean by flexible that they are active. Unfortunately, we went through many documents that the links that were electronic links that were provided by the teachers were not active. Therefore, we couldn't go through the evidences and proofs that they were provided. Now, rewards and incentives for the winner of the award. After going through the excellence document, the winner shall be given a cash reward of 60,000 Arab Emirates dirhams. In addition to that, an excellence cup and attending the honoring ceremony, and an opportunity to attend a training program that the winner or the winning teacher is going to be invited to those training programs. General guidelines, for applying your document in general, we have some general guidelines that are very important for application. The first one, the applicant shall submit the application electronically via the following electronic system. As you can see, tahkeem.ha.ae. This is you can find it on Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum website. Then the applicant shall make sure that he meets the requirements. As I mentioned, if you are, for example, let's say, strong in one of the requirements or two, and the rest are you have lack of, let's say, evidences or proofs. Unfortunately, there are for each axis, for each requirement, points and scores that unfortunately is not going to help the applicant to reach the required score. The applicant shall submit the nomination application through the electronic system, as I mentioned, but it's very important on the set date. Means, for example, there's a set date. If the applicant exceeds that set date, unfortunately, again, the system is not going to, allow submitting your application. And kindly contact management of Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum Foundation if you face any kind of difficulty or you have more inquiries. The applicant shall fill in the application for the award in accordance with the prescribed conditions in terms of word count and number of attachments, and as of course shown in the e-application for nomination. The applicant answers the attachment in relation to each axis, and of course, according to the requirements of the assessment tool and elements shown in the e-application of nomination. Again, it's very important to stick to what the system asks you to add. The applicant shall fill in the forms and requirements as shown under the e-application for the award, like undertaking, declaration letters, letters of recommendation, etc. So on the application form, you have to, you have to add the where the system asks you to attach. General guidelines regarding the proofs and attachments when you come to add your attachments and evidences. All submitted work or documents, proofs, evidences shall be the property of the foundation management. The foundation may publish the contents of the winning files after the announcement of the results. Of course, as a distinguished teacher, sometimes we use your excellence document as a model in workshops, explaining, showing. So it's going to be the one of the property of the foundation. The applicant shall meet the excuse me. The applicant shall meet the criteria based on the elements mentioned in the e-application for nomination, for explanation, not limitation. It's not only, to the limitation. You have to, mention your elements. The application also, sorry, the applicant or the teacher may support the criteria of experience with such proofs which it deems appropriate and supporting, provided that it completes with the set conditions. What we mean is that, in each criteria, provide the proofs and evidences that align with the required criteria. The more significant the attachment is, and the more they comply with the criteria, the higher the score would be. Photos are not a strong proof of the school efforts unless they are supported with proofs and evidence that prove the credibility. We always, ask the applicants to provide the school signature, the headmaster or the manager of the school signature and the school stamp to make it more formal and eligible. And if you can provide video clips, short video clips, that would be great. It's more effective than photos. The proofs and documents shall be limited to the last 3 years plus the year of application. What we mean that kindly don't submit documents or certificates that dated like 5, 6 years ago, because the committee, they are going to ignore those certificates. So we, stick to recent certificates and documents. Also, no electronic links may be used for the criteria. You cannot put all your criteria work in an electronic link, and then we have to, as arbitration committee, go through that electronic link. Should be, you provide electronic links only as evidences and proofs. The applicant shall retain the attachments whose size and number exceed the set limit and keep them ready to submission to, as requested by the arbitration committee. So if you have more proofs and evidences, you may keep them. When it comes to the time that the arbitration committee asks for more, you'll be ready and your evidences are in your box. The applicant shall ensure that all documents and proofs are dated, as I mentioned, approved and stamped by the authorized, competent. The more authorized issuing the certificates, proofs, and attachments, and their levels, of course, national or international, the higher the score would be. The more the attachment proofs are innovative and creative, the higher the score would be. Of course, we are searching for creativity and innovation in our work. No more than one proof may be attached per page or attachment. If more than one proof is attached, but it's not clear or not obvious, of course, the arbitration committee will, approve the first one. So when you attach several proofs and evidences, and some of them are not clear, sometimes, because of the certificates you download, the font becomes blur through taking photo, or you upload it as a picture. So the arbitration committee are going to ignore that evidence. So please make sure that what you upload are clear and obvious. Now, we'll put all in, one package as general guidelines for the applicants, that the applicant shall comply with the size of attachments and number of proofs required, up to 5 proofs per dimension of the main axis of the award, provided that the attachment contains only 2 proofs. If the attachment is unclear, no score would be granted. Now, there are 4 steps for the applicant's journey, which we started today by attending the training workshop. Then electronic application, judging, of course, going to be theoretical and field, and finally, announcement of results. Axis of assessment of the teacher award, as we mentioned, there are 4. The first one is self and leadership. Second, cognitive and professional competence. Third, communicative competence, quality of life. The fourth one is competence in national and societal commitment. Let's start one by one. The first one, self and leadership. The score of this axis is 250 points. There are 5 subtitles, being a good example, planning, teams and committees, program initiatives and projects. And at the end, motivation. We'll go through each one step by step. Now, being a good example, of course, a distinguished teacher, an excellent teacher, demonstrate a very high behavioral competence during his daily practice, inside and outside the work environment, due to adopting a concept of being good example and acting in a moral manner, which reinforces his positive acts towards himself and others. Setting a good example is always, I always say it's a bridge to the heart of people in general. But because we are talking here educationally, a bridge to the heart of your students, to your colleagues, co-workers, and the school administration. Planning. A good teacher is a good planner. So teacher has a very high efficiency in comprehensive and integrated planning due to adopting clear vision, mission, and values that are linked to the vision and mission of the Ministry of Education in the UAE. So when you know how to plan properly, you know where you are heading to. Teams and committees. Now, an excellent teacher is a very high, has a high efficiency in leading. When we say teams and committee, we are not talking about only being a member in those committees and teams. No, an excellent teacher always has a role, has an impact on being in these committees. Of course, committees can be in the school or outside of it, and he always plays a significant role in achieving results and targets. He is always a game changer. Programs, initiatives, and projects. Here, as a leading teacher, participates in innovative, sustainable programs, initiatives, and projects. He plays role in achieving positive results and impacts from the implementation of these programs, initiatives, and projects. Motivation. A motivated teacher always motivates himself, motivates his teachers, as teachers, I mean as co-workers, motivates first of all, his students and the school committee. of course, his efforts have resulted, with motivation that resulted in qualitative and noticeable rise in achievement rates, performance, development, and winning awards. Like, I'll give you an example. For example, your motivated teacher motivates their, his motivated teacher motivates his students to, rise in their education, to participate in, let's say, awards. Teachers also, motivating teachers to participate in awards, motivate teachers to, especially, for example, let's say, new teachers, motivate them to become a better educators, etc. You have, I'm sure, a big number of examples, but I'm just giving you some examples. We'll go to axis number 2, which is cognitive and professional competence. It holds 450 points in this criteria. There are, again, 5 sub-criteria: deep knowledge of a scientific subject, learning environment, creative teaching, employing digital skills, exams, and achievement results. We'll go through each one. Deep knowledge of scientific subject, of course, the title is very clear that the teacher shall have a high depth of knowledge of this subject, as appears from his ability to enrich the academic content. Here, when we say to enrich the academic content, that as a distinguished teacher, you have impact on enriching the your subject matter, your curriculum, how you provided or enriched the academic content. Of course, can be inside or outside of the learning environment. Learning environment, a teacher that has a very high efficiency in organizing and managing the learning environment, it, always provides an attractive and interesting manner that encourages safety, acceptance, appreciation, respect, and contributes to more active learning and positive interaction and promoting cooperative learning. We can feel this when you provide the, as we mentioned, 45-minute video clip, that how the teacher treats the student and how they work in cooperative learning environment, safe and positive interaction. Creative teaching, again, a high efficiency, a teacher that has a very high efficiency in designing and employing creative teaching strategies that support the learning process of learners and achieving the learning outcomes. As we know, the world has become a small village, and sometimes we feel our students, they know more than what we do. Therefore, we have to always harness their thoughts and their ideas and be creative to attract their attention in learning. Employing digital skills, again, it's very important to have high efficiency in employing smart learning tools and designing, implementing innovative electronic programs that contribute to raising the learner's level of electronic maturity. It's the teacher that uses smart learning tools in the classroom and outside the classroom. The students, they interact with the teacher in using the digital tools and designing also. We can, show what the students design in their, using the smart tools. Exams and achievement results, of course, designing various tools of assessment of the learners according to, excuse me, excuse me. Yes. Showing high efficiency in designing various tools of assessment of the learners according to the modern scientific trends seeks to analyze their results continuously and employs such results to improve the educational process. I'd like to pinpoint a very important, note that when you talk about the results of your students, kindly stick to the same class, comparing, let's say, semester 1 to semester 2, how your students, the same class, how they, their marks raise or the level develop and raise from the first semester. We cannot add, randomly different classes, because how the arbitration committee can tell that your students in, let's say, grade A improved in the second semester from the first semester. So it's very important to, analyze the same students. Axis number 3, which talks about cognitive and professional competence, holds 450 points also, with 4 sub-criteria. The first one supporting different categories of students, then continuous learning, research and postgraduate studies, professional membership. Supporting different categories of students. As we know, we have different categories of students as gifted, high achievers, low achievers, students who need special needs. So a very high efficiency teacher knows how to classify learners into different categories and meet their care and meet their needs, And also here I'd like to focus and emphasize on the point that it's very important to provide a program for each category. For example, let's say gifted category of your students, you have to submit a program with your objectives, activities, actions, the time, a full program saying how did you, follow your different categories of your students. Because if you don't provide a program, unfortunately, you'll not be scored properly. Continuous learning. The teacher has a very efficiency in setting the priorities related to developing himself professionally. It's very important. We always have to, harness the changes that we can see, minute by minute, we can say, in educational field, not only in educational, education, of course, but here we're talking about the education field. So we have to improve ourselves, develop ourselves professionally according to clear bases and criteria that help us to choose the best practices and specialized and scientific activities that have a direct and effective impact on raising our professional competencies and capabilities. Again, here it's very important that when you provide certificates of your, let's say attending workshops, seminars, etc., your proofs should not be less than 5 proofs and not old, out of date, as we say, and sticking to the criteria. Research and postgraduate studies. Of course, we always urge and we are always keen on, encouraging students, sorry, excuse me, teachers, well, sometimes students also, they they participate in our action researches. So we always urge you to prepare scientific approach action researches that shows, for example, you faced a problem with your students, how you, dealt with that problem, how you, helped your students, and showing the scores, how your research helped in improving or solving that problem that you were facing or your students were facing. And also, we, encourage the teachers to pursue their postgraduate studies. Because again, as a teacher, we'd like to, develop our knowledge and information in the field of education. That will help us in our career. Professional memberships. Well, the teacher has a large number of professional memberships locally and internationally, which explains his roles and the results achieved from the membership with those bodies, which positively affects the development of his professional performance. Now, for example, let's say I'm a member in the organization or the committee of, or the authority of teachers. So as a member, what are my roles? How did I convey, or transfer what I learned from this organization and apply it into my classroom, in my school? What are the impacts, positive impacts by, being a member in these organizations, either nationally or international, of course, with proofs and evidences. The last axis of assessment of the Teacher Award is communicative competence and quality of life. Positive, of course, we have 4 subtitles: positive communication with the school community, positive communication with the external committee, quality of life of the learners, happiness and positivity. And this axis has 150 points. Let's start with positive communication with the school community. From the title, we can tell that a very high efficiency, a teacher with a high efficiency is a positive communicator. Always, communicates with the school community in a positive way. He, has various channels of communications, which contributes to promoting the educational process, transfers of experiences, and consolidation of relationships, of course, between the teacher and members of the school community. So it's like, connecting the members of the community to each other through positive communication. Positive communication with the external community. Now we talked about the internal. Let's see how we mean, what do we mean by communication with the external community. The teacher has a very high efficiency in positive communication with the institutions of the local and external community, and the virtual world through various channels of communication, which contributes to exchange of positive ideas, transfer of experiences, self-development, and being familiar with the best practices. As we know, we have become a small village through the social media and smart tools. We can communicate with our, let's say, teachers, from other countries. We can contribute, we can transfer ideas, we can get benefit from each other. So as proofs and evidences, we can, we want us as teachers to be open-minded, open to the world, learning not from our, let's say, being in the same circle, but going outside and finding different findings. Quality life of the learners. Here, the teacher makes very high efficiency efforts that have a tangible impact on the quality of life of the student. He provides equal educational opportunities for all learners. All learners, of course, with different levels. We mean gifted, students. They need attention to encourage their, to improve their giftedness. The low learners, they need more attention to have time and spend effort with them. So high efficiency efforts needed with these different levels of students. And of course, these efforts should be effective, innovative, distinguished, and achieve balance between the student's health, psychology, of course, a student's health, psychological, social, and cultural needs. Happiness and positivity. The teacher has high efficiency in preparing distinguished program, activities, events, and events that have a very clear impact on spreading happiness and positivity and raising efficiency and productivity inside and outside the school. And I think these activities and events, we have a lot in our schools, like National Day, like Flag Day, like the, many ceremonies and activities that we can, participate with our students in the school community. Efficiency of national and societal commitment. Now here it has 150 points with 3 sub-criteria. The first one is positive citizenship and national identity, societal responsibility, and voluntary work. Positive citizenship and national identity. A very high efficient teacher, upholding the values of positive citizenship, national identity, tolerance, and he participates effectively and continuously in events, initiatives, and related activities inside and outside the school, which had a very clear impact on enhancing such values in the hearts of the students. So again, it has to do with being a motivated, positive, communicative teacher in these national identity events. Societal responsibility. The teacher with a very high has a very high efficiency in identifying societal issues, which shows his moral responsibility towards the local community, as he develops purposeful programs and initiatives in which the learner contribute in order to develop their societal responsibility. He involves his students into such societal events, activities, and etc. Voluntary work. Of course, it's very important to, as an excellent teacher, to have a very high efficiency in preparing and implementing integrated and innovative voluntary programs, whereby the where that teacher can contribute, to contribute in deepening the positive impact of voluntary work inside and outside the school. And his efforts have clearly resulted. It's not just volunteering; it also resulted in achieving achievements and winning awards in the voluntary work. By the way, it's very important to emphasize and let you know that, providing certificates of thank and appreciation is not a reward. When it says winning reward, it means you have to, submit or provide a proof or evidence that you have won in this voluntary work. Okay, I guess it's time for, discussion and inquiries. We'll have approximately 15 minutes to answer your, if you have any kind of questions, let's have time for that. I hope it was a beneficial session, and apologies that we are limited to the time. I hope in 2 hours I, let's say, covered the important, let's say, points. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Hayyakum Allah. In UAE, let's start with the first inquiry with Manjula, Miss Manjula. In UAE, teaching experience, minimum 3 years or total 3 years? Minimum. I mean, no, you can be a 20 years old teacher, you can apply for the award. But if you are only a 2 years experienced teacher, unfortunately, you have to wait for 1 more year to, apply for the award. It's reasonable, it's logic, because a 2-year teacher still your document, your excellence document is not going to be ready to apply for the award. Okay, so I believe you have. So I have been in my current school for only 2 years, but I have a teaching experience in UAE for more than 3 years. Can I still apply? I believe if, until, you apply until the coming, before the application, submitting your application documents, I believe you can, yes. Could this also apply for the school leadership team? I don't know. Do you mean the years of experience? I believe yes. Now, is year 2022 included? We start with, if we say 3 years, we start from September 2022 to September 2023, September 2024. So as you can see, then September until, so I believe, no, we have to include 2022 only. So 2022, 2023. Oh, you mean the academic year? Yes, the academic year, yes, because you said in year. If we say year, it's difficult than the academic year. So the academic year is September 2021 to 2022, then September 2022 to 2023, then September 2024 to 2025. Yes, academic year, yes. I believe I answered. من أي عام دراسي يبدأ استخدام الشواهد؟ من 2021. Our certificate of attendance for today's workshop a requirement for registration? I believe yes. Is the Teachers Award similar to the award for special education teachers? Yes. But make sure that you fulfill the requirements of the e-application. Is it applicable to SLTs? You mean school leaders? Do you mean by school leaders? Ms. Aisha, if you kindly, answer to my question, I can, answer your question. If I have these criteria in writing or a file, I have these criteria. Can I have these criteria in writing or a file? In writing, as we mentioned, you know, for the e-application, you have to add. When you go to the website, it will be more clarified to you. But in each axis, there are, like, for each subtitle, sub criteria, there is a file that you can add. There is a that you can upload your proofs and evidences. Thank you, Mr. Yusuf. So happy to hear that. هل رسالة الشكر من اللزوم بحضور هذه الورشة تعتبر من الأدلة المعتمدة؟ Well, if you, Mr. Sana, Miss Sana, if you mean that you know, you can upload the certificate of attending this workshop, I believe, yeah, it can be. It's a seminar, or it's a workshop that you attended. Yes, but in that case, it means you can add, you know, more than 4, because they might say, you know, in the field of education professionally, you know. So I believe this certificate, you will need it for the management that you attended the workshop, but in your proofs professionally, how you developed yourself professionally. Do you get me? Thank you. I'm answering to you, Miss Sana, in English because of the audience. إذا هذا ما عليه ممكن أرد عليك باللغة العربية. يفضل أن ترفقين الأدلة التي تعني بحضورك لدورات تدريبية أو مؤتمرات تطورية للمهنة، يعني مهنية أكثر من أن حضور لورشة جائزة حمدان، على أساس أن حضرتك بتحضرين أو بتقدمين للجائزة. Mr. Dija, sorry if I pronounce your names not properly, apologies. Can we have a recording of this meeting? Of course. You know, just give us a couple of days. You can, you know, find the video on YouTube with the same title, or you know, you can search on Hamdan bin Rashid Foundation website, original website. You can find the video uploaded there. Ms. Fatma, can we use evidence from these 3 years experience, not only the current year? No, it's by the way, Ms. Fatma, if your current year evidence is strong, can be, you know, more, you know, can be stronger than your first year evidence, you can apply, you can submit. That would be great. It's according to what you think is more, you know, it's clearer, it's stronger, you feel it's more innovative and distinguished, you know. So it doesn't matter which year, but if you have the number of the evidence that the system accepts, you can upload. Mr. or Mrs. Kanwal Raza, I have 3 years of UAE experience with MOE approval, and as well, how can I apply? Yeah, if you have 3 years, that's great. Apply on the e-application, as we mentioned. I don't have a membership in an outside volunteering community. Can I apply? Well, you can, you know, you can go through the requirements, and if you see the scores are too much and you're going to, you know, be deducted, the scores are going to be deducted, that will not eligible you to win. I believe you wait until your requirements are fully complete. I have most of evidence photos and event without certificate without any certificate. I believe here you can, if it's in the school, you can ask the school headmaster to, when you apply, upload the pictures, to stamp it with the school stamp and a signature of the school director. The field or writing the educational qualification is not complete. Only 4 letters are written. How do you solve the problem? The field education qualification is not complete. I didn't get you, Mr. Yasser. Sorry, only 4 letters are written. How do you solve the problem? Oh, you mean it has to do with your educational qualification is not, if it's not complete, you have to pursue to complete that, those written letters, I believe. You have to wait, or you have to go back to the authorized identity. Is there same workshop by Arabic language? For sure. I'm not sure if it's conducted or not yet, but there is. If not, you can search online, Miss Iman, and you will find it there. Today is a regular working day for school. Many teachers could not attend. No problem. That's why we're going to, upload the video online. They can go through, through the video and get benefit out of it, inshallah. And by the way, it's very important regarding, what you said, Mr. Imran, that always, see winning teachers, winners, that they won, Hamdan Award. Go to them, ask them how they prepared their file, how did they manage, what, let's say, remarks that they had in previous years to avoid, Okay. I think SLT you mean by special learning teachers. Yes, yes, they do. Because we use the same term for the school leader team, by the way. That's why. Yes, yes, they do. Attachment links, you can find them on the e-application. Well, Miss Hassa, you're asking about in school, the school principal, what kind of documents are required. You have to go through each axis and see what kind of document is required from the principal. Like we mentioned, the recommendation letter, maybe. For example, you are a teacher that is positive. What did you do in the school? The principal can provide you with a thanking and appreciation certificate, mentioning that what you did in the school. When you go through the requirements, you will find out what documents you have to refer to the school principal. Certificate for attending this workshop, I'm sure there is. You can communicate with the foundation management. Good morning, Mr. Mohammed. I think we reached a good afternoon. Apologies. How many stages? Well, it's, and there are next stage till to then. I didn't get you. How many stages this award could go through? I mean, first stage, we upload our evidence, and then there are next stage till to, yes. Well, the first stage, as we mentioned, if you go back to the presentation, when it's uploaded online, that there are, journey, the applicant journey. The first one is, attending the workshop. The second one, you upload your excellence document. Then your document goes through arbitration committee theoretically, and of course the field. And then if, after the two stages, if the teacher deserves to win, the results are going to be announced. Yeah, of course, if you're not ready, your evidences are not enough for this year, you may, wait until you feel that you fulfill the requirements to apply for the award. Of course, we don't want you to apply and your requirements are not, enough, let's say, to win the award. We don't want you to get, disappointed, because all of us, we do. You feel it's by the way, you have to not spare time and efforts in preparing the excellence document. It really takes time. So don't work on something that you believe you're not ready for, because we all do. We get disappointed when we don't, we spend time and effort and then we don't win. So please don't. When you feel you're really ready, go for it. Oh, all right, Mr. Khalil. I hope I answered your query. How can we receive the certificate? Again, the certificate of participation for this seminar. Kindly, communicate with the management. Okay, the link of the participation again. Every school has different evaluation style. Teacher faces lot of difficulty in maintaining the same rating if get transfers, or other school may lower the rating, even the student results, etc. So again, Mr. Abida, I believe, again, wait until you feel that you are ready, your requirements are there and you can apply. It's not, don't go through something that you feel you're not ready for it. It's like swimming, if we cannot swim, we're not going to jump into the pool. So, كيف يتم إثبات الحضور للورشة؟ عن طريق إرسال اللينك وحضوركم، وأكيد بياخذون الإيميل لحضراتكم. Should the teacher be UAE citizen? No, no, Mr. Mohammed. It's the condition applies only for the GCC countries, that they have to be citizens from GCC, from, let's say, Bahrain, from Kuwait, from Saudi Arabia. But in the UAE, no. Private schools, different nationalities, and governmental schools, different nationalities. All of you can apply for it. You're welcome, Mr. Khalil. You're welcome. I believe we are, done with your inquiries. I hope that it was a beneficial session. We'd appreciate it if you can, fill in the assessment questionnaire for the training today. That would be so kind of you. Appreciate your time and effort. If you have any inquiry, by the way, I'm still here, still we have time. I can answer them. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm back. Let's go to Mrs. Farhana. Is there any time limit to submit all the required documents and full application? Yes, from the foundation, they will let you know what is the set date. So, for example, let's say, for example, 5th of September is going to be the deadline. So before 5th of September, you have to apply your, submit your excellence document. After that, after 12 o'clock, let's say AM, the system is going to be closed and reject any application after that, yes. But of course, the date, it's going to be announced. Mr. Michael, for the 45 minutes recent video, how can we justify it since we don't have a videographer during our classes? By the way, some teachers, while we arbitrate the teachers' files, some teachers they ask their colleagues to video tape the classroom, and some they adjust the cam, and they are professionals or they know how to do that. But yes, you can. And it's again, I'll mention that it's very important to mention the date and the time of your class session, of course. And again, it's very important to when you add your daily plan to be related to the video clip, because we want to see how you apply your plan in your classroom with your students. Okay. Okay, you're welcome. You're always welcome. Again, back to Mr. Michael, or is it okay for the formal observation checklist from our principal or admin can justify this part? Observation checklist you are required, by the way, Mr. Michael. You're required to add your, in some sections, you're required to add the principal report or checklist or according to the requirements. So if you go through each axis and read the sub criteria, I'm sure it will it will be more clear to you what to add. But it's very, very important to go through the sub criteria and understand what are the requirements. By the way, I remembered that when you add the scientific trips, kindly, because we went through a lot of this, that some teachers, they put, their trip to a country. No, we mean scientific trip. For example, you are a teacher of history. Your subject matter is history. So mention in your excellence document that you went, for example, to the future, let's say, for example, to the future museum. In this, for example, trip, what did you learn? What is your role when you got back to your classroom? How did you convey the information to your students? So please be careful in this field that or in this sub criteria to talk about scientific trips. Many teachers, they were deducted because unfortunately they added their personal voyage or trips in the document. So again, what I mean, it's very, very important to read what is required and what is needed for your document. Because every piece and bit make a difference. Yes,
Mike.
Paula. Yes,
Hello.
please.
I
Yeah,
think we answered all the questions.
I believe so. The last one again, Miss Farhana, she's asking, can you please share today's recording? As we mentioned, yes. Just give us
Yes.
a couple of days. Inshallah, it's going to be uploaded on the communication channels by the foundation.
Yes. True. And the certificate, it's only the thank you letter from the Zoom. This is the only certificate they can use.
Yes.
أعتقد بعد حد سأل عن موضوع ابروف مال الشهادة. نحن ما عندنا صراحة، الويب سايت ما يتطلب أي ابروف من الشهادة.
Oh, okay. Just you
يعني
attended, yes or no?
yes or no, yes. No
Yeah.
need to approve anything.
Yeah. So as Ms. Khawla, thanks to her, she mentioned that the attendance, today's workshop attendance is not required because Zoom, you know, they don't provide e-certificates. So on the e-application, you can find the question saying that, did you attend the introductory workshop? It's either yes or no. So by being honest, we can say yes.
حابين ننهي الورشة يا أستاذة؟
I guess if they don't have any query or question, we're not going to take their time. I believe yes.
There is one
There is,
question.
I scrolled down now. Are we getting in any participant? Oh, we answered that. Is teacher's license mandatory to register or fill the application? Yes.